What's going on,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
everybody?
Sup?
What's going on,
Howdy.
everyone? Hey, y'all! Everyone watching us live. This is Giovanni, Jerry, GD, Guido, whatever you want to call me. With Bars and Joysticks today. Again, talking about Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus, however you want to say it. And today is really dope because we have not only Michael, right, from our English Pokemon Legends Arceus chat, but we have Samuel and Agustino also from our Spanish Pokemon Legends Arceus live stream. And so we're just hanging out, same as last time, talking about Pokemon, and this time talking about Pokemon after it came out, which is really,
Yes.
really, really exciting to talk about. And yeah, Bars and Joysticks is the innovators of merge culture. We talk about video games, tech, perspectives, and many, many different things. So I want to go ahead and start off by introducing Michael. Michael, what's up? How's it going tonight? And Michael's part of the Bars and Joysticks team. What's going on?
Not much, man. I'm glad to be here. Anybody who is, first of all, also shouts out to Samu and Hector for being on the stream as well. You know what I'm saying? Also, Gio for being the man with the plan. Yeah, man. Pokemon Legends Arceus was fucking amazing. And anyone who is here tonight, thank you because it is Super Bowl Sunday. So that means a lot that you came here. So I just want to get that out of the way.
That's true.
Thank you, thank you. And so we also have from our last live stream, the Spanish live stream, Agustino. Hector, what's going on, Hector? How you doing tonight?
Good night, everybody. I'm really glad to be here again. I'm really grateful for it. What can I say? Pokemon Legends Arceus has been one of the greatest experience I've had, like for a long time. I can compare it to the hype I had with Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Ruby and Omega Ruby. Like really great, really great. It's just mind blowing, honestly.
Yeah, I want to agree with that. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were pretty fucking fantastic. But anyways, last and not least, we have Samu Pokemon. Samu, que la
So,
que.
well, I mean, thank you very much for inviting me here. I know my English is super broken in Spanish and all that crap, but I'm super excited to be here. Thank you guys for the invitation, and I hope this is one of the first one, but at least one for many ones to be coming back and being with you guys. I'm super excited about this, and a lot to talk about Pokemon. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to, maybe mention, maybe not mention about Pokemon.
Yeah.
But either way, it's an exciting time to,
I don't want to make a mess about it.
No, right. No, we're mostly talking about how amazing this game is. But anyways, thanks for being here, y'all. This is I'm excited to talk about this because we had the conversation with Michael and Paco over in the background. I don't know if Paco can hear us, but Paco can hear us. There's Paco in the background. Paco was part of the initial conversation where we were just talking about expectation around Pokemon Legends Arceus. And then Samu and Agustino joined us for the second conversation around these games. And correct me if I'm wrong, right? But I think we were all really excited for this.
Oh yeah,
What do you
definitely.
think? What do you think, Hector? Like, I mean, we were. I mean, I know we were excited about it, but yeah, this affirmations, right? Affirmations. How did you feel, and how do you feel now? Basically,
Okay, I was extremely excited because it was something new that we were expecting for a long time. That I believe that many of the Pokemon fans overall were actually wishing for a game like this and to finally have it. Uh, I know there have been many misgivings about the graphics. Like I don't know if that's the correct word. Uh,
No, it is, definitely is.
yeah, but like after playing it, I really don't care about the graphics. It's that good. It's that
Yeah.
good. It's that good.
yeah, that's right. That's right. And then, I'm gonna go ahead and be the first to admit that I started out and being like, man, these graphics are. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're still not like subpar, but anyways, point is that I don't care about them because it's a fantastic game. Samu, how do you feel about this? How did you feel before? How do you feel now about this game?
Okay, I have so many opinions about it because it is so many. It's so good in so many points, but also it's not a perfect game by far. It's not. But um, what worries me about it after playing the game is the post game content. The whole story is fine. I actually like the game. I like the story. Like my what he said. It was what we were expecting about Pokemon, something new. But what I don't like that much is the part that after you play the game, I worry about the post game and if it has any replay value. That's the thing. Because about graphics, I'm not such a fan about graphics because if it has a good story and it captivates me, I'm there. I don't care about the graphics. If it's manageable, I don't care. But it doesn't have any like co-op and versus options, which worries me a lot because what makes a good Pokemon game, like it or not, is the fact that you can have a rival and
Yeah,
have a purpose to actually catch the Pokemon, train their Pokemon, and then use them.
That's an
And
interesting point. That's an interesting point.
that's a great
yeah,
point.
That's an
because
interesting point.
yeah, and also it's good to collect Pokemon. You find a shiny, that's awesome. But I believe that's like a flex when you play against somebody because this guy has a shiny and also it's a competitive Pokemon. So it's like it gives you like a sense of reward that I don't find in this game.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got it. Yeah,
Okay,
That's
okay,
I
my
can see
okay.
it.
opinion.
And that's why we're here to talk about the exact same thing. We're here to talk about those experiences that we're having in this game. We're
Overall,
here
it's a
talking
good
about
game.
okay, okay. So, Michael, Suze, the Alpha MC. Well, how do you feel about this game? How do you feel before? How do you feel now?
uh, I was, definitely from the content of the first stream, especially if you watched it, we were all excited, and I know everybody here, we were all excited. Samu's point actually kind of hit me because it's the first time I actually really thought about it in that context with this game, and that is going to go into this point right now. I didn't miss a lot of that shit from this particular game. That's how dope I felt it was and how much of a breath of fresh air it was. I will say, not being able to battle others in this format does piss me off
Yeah,
because I'm definitely someone who likes battling a lot, competitively. So the fact that with some of the shit that they've been doing, it's very very disappointing. Trading is either here or there for me, but battling and the fact that you can't do that, definitely a huge negative for me. But with that being said, uh, everything, I'd say 80% of this game I loved. Just shit like that, like in between, I really couldn't stand. The only problem that I had more so with the graphics, and I think this kind of goes into just basic shit about a game, camera angles sucked. Like when you were doing like boss battles, you
oh
have to
yeah,
toggle that the right fucking joystick, and you have
yeah,
to move it around because when they're lobbying certain attacks against you, you can't see them unless you're heavily on that one too.
yeah,
Super, you know what I'm saying? So don't fucking
You
add
you you
something.
mean you mean the noble fights, right? The noble
yeah.
fights.
Any of
Yeah.
them, yeah, but are we gonna like? Did any of you guys beat the game, or is it just me so far? Did
Man,
anybody
I,
else
I
beat the game
haven't
yet?
I haven't beat the game yet. I'm still
I'm
like,
I'm midway. I'm midway around it, but I've seen the footage. I've seen the footage. I don't
Okay,
worry.
okay. Are we? So am I good with spoilers?
No, I
Hold
mean
on.
not to me. I know the whole shebang about it.
I mean, I don't mind if it's spoiled. The end, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna.
Gio, is your audio good?
Oh, I can cover my ears. I was saying I can cover my ears. I don't
Okay,
want the
okay.
spoilers, but I can cover my ears. Sorry, I have a physical mute button now, which I
All right.
love,
Well,
but I
then I'm
forget to turn it
not.
off.
I'll say it without a spoiler. The problem only gets worse as the game progresses. So that like when you're adding super for Pokemon super new mechanics, like the dodge roll and stuff, I thought the way how it was kind of programmed into the game was really lackluster. But one of the but other than that, that's kind of my main gripes about the game. Like basic stuff that when you've had a game developing company for 25 years plus, I should not be able to bring this up because those should be basic problems for a company that has made so much money as Game Freak. And I'll leave it at that.
That's a good starting point. A good a good conversation topic that we're gonna get into in a minute.
Ooh, okay.
Shouts out to Mike De Garcia and Michael Santiago, who's right there in the background, watching our stream. So glad to have y'all here. He's on the stream, watching the stream. So what's up? What's up, Michael? Miguel.
That's some
Anyways,
inception
yeah,
shit.
some inception. Right.
I
So
did. I did rage quit last night. On one of the.
we
on
can
one
get
of the
into that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into those moments of hardship in the game.
Oh
I think
man,
the first
there's
thing
so
the first
many.
thing that I wanted to ask y'all, right? I know this is rough, but one word, and I'm gonna start right. One word. How do you feel about this game? One word. No, no, two word. No, one simple word, right? How do you feel about this game, man? I'm gonna say excited. How about you, Samu?
Mm, fresh.
Michael?
Progress.
Agustino?
Satisfied.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know why that hit me the way it did, but it did. I felt a lot
That
of
was-
mixed emotions.
no,
like,
yeah,
mostly good, but good shit, man. Good shit, man.
I feel like down here. I feel like that was like planned out. He's like, okay, last one. I'm gonna use the best fucking word. Satisfied is a good word to describe this because
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
I'm gonna say that like 150. Well, first of all, 150% agree with what everyone said, but I 200% agree with what Agostino just said about being satisfied because it's been a
Absolutely.
long
Absolutely.
time since I've been satisfied by a Pokemon game. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
I know Sun and Moon satisfied me, like filled my cup a little bit. I didn't play Black and White, X and Y.
You didn't
Sword and
mix much.
Shield. I know, Michael, that you Sword and Shield, you're into it because of the competitive part and all stuff, but it didn't even fill my cup even a quarter way there. So this game definitely satisfied me. And then the following question, right, leading up, like just a question after that, right, is that we talked about the expectations in our other live streams. And what's up, Mari? Dímelo, Mari.
Hi,
What's
Yo,
up?
what's up? What's
how
up?
you
What's up?
doing?
Mari and Swanley. Swanley was here for our. I don't know why it's not showing what Swanley posted, but Swanley was here for our Spanish video too. But anyways, we talked about expectations last time. Did this game not meet or exceed your expectations? For me, it met and it went a few notches above met. Right, like I'm having a fantastic time. I'm having a great time playing this game. Every time I pull it up, I'm just lost in playing the game and in doing the catching and the fighting that I wouldn't have enjoyed if it was a regular Pokemon game. But anyways, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Michael, were you did it meet your expectations? Did it exceed them? Did it not get to your expectations? And yeah, what's up?
Oh no, it exceeded them for sure. Um, they weren't really high, but I had a feeling that it was going to be a great game, but it was definitely a lot better than I even thought it was. From the first time playing it, even through that fucking ghastly intro of like 30 minutes of just dialogue, it kept me on even through that. So, um, yeah, if you can find it physical, get it physical. It's definitely worth buying. Definitely worth buying, for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Saludo a Rick Trujillo. He's also here for our last Spanish stream. Saludo a Ibe Fres. Greetings to all. Samu, what's up? Samu always has fans. Samu always has fans in the
Hell
streams.
yeah, man.
Not a
¿Cómo están,
surprise. Not a surprise.
gente? Los mejores. Gracias por estar aquí.
Gente seria de cultura por ahí. So, Agustino, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? Like, did it exceed? Did it meet? Did it like not meet? Did it like what's up?
Well, expectations wise, honestly, I've been hyped ever since it was announced. Even so, like I actually went and pre-ordered it right out the bat in July. Uh, it really, really exceeded them. I can make a list of pros and cons, but I can just overlook the cons and wait to see what they're gonna bring next. It actually brought up the standards from Pokemon games, from just being the stale same formula over and over again. Now it's basically if the next entry does not meet the same standards as Pokemon Legends Arceus, it's not gonna be a good game. So they cannot go back. They have to keep moving forward. They have to keep getting better and better and better. So it exceeded my expectations and it raised the bar for the franchise.
I think you put it beautifully, right? It's like, and
This man is on point tonight, man.
right.
You
No,
on point.
I was just bringing in all the hot points. Um, yes, I'm gonna say yes, and I agree with that. And I want to know what Samu thinks. Samu,
Mhm.
did it get to par? Did it get to the expectations? Did it exceed expectations? As a Pokemon streamer, and you streamed BDSP, you streamed Unite, you streamed a bunch of Monster Hunter before. What's going on? How do you feel?
Okay. As a Pokemon fan, I believe it was an amazing game. I mean, it met my expectations as it filled a gap that I thought that it had to be addressed many years back,
Mhm.
and it was story wise. Pokemon, it's been a lot of many years back that we haven't got like a good story that kept
Mhm.
you playing. You know,
Yeah.
most for
Yeah.
me as a VGC player, I didn't care about the story. I just wanted to get it over, get my game ready so I could catch my Pokemon, breed them, and go to work. You know, this time, if they added a competitive scene to this game, chef kiss. It would be like top tier game. But for me, to be honest, I believe it deserves at least GOTY nomination. I don't believe it's gonna win it, but at least a nomination because I believe
Yeah.
that Game Freak did make the work. Right, they actually worked for this game. You know, they didn't bring a crappy game, a rushed game that has been happening for so many years. And I'm sorry about that, Gio, but Sun and Moon, uber crap. I don't know why you like that game.
What? Wait, whoa! You think that was crap, bro?
Wait.
Story wise, it was crap.
Let's not get it.
Competitive game,
What?
well, competitive, it was awesome. But
Whoa!
as story, I didn't like it.
Whoa,
I didn't like
Wait,
it.
wait, wait,
well,
wait,
fuck,
wait,
fuck
wait,
this. So
wait,
wait. Don't you think though? Like, let's bring it back a little bit, and I'll keep it on topic a little bit.
I opened
You see,
the Pandora box.
you see how a lot of our points with this game being good is it was fresh, right? You
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think them deviating from the formula and Sun and Moon?
No,
You know what I'm saying?
that
The
was
story, I'll give you that. I'll give you the story.
the
Like,
story that I didn't catch. I couldn't make it from 4 hours of the game. I went to YouTube and started to scroll to the game and see if it got better. But the story, I didn't like it. So
Mm.
that's a fault for my part. You know, I if the game doesn't have at least a okay story, I can't play it. So what I did for that game was to get my Pokemon traded so I could play. But
Oh
I didn't.
wow.
I didn't play the story. I didn't like it. But talking about Arceus, I believe that it was the game that we were expecting. I believe it did what it had to do. You know, captivate new Pokemon fans and also provide players like us, old school gamers, an actual good game. You know what I mean? I believe it was a good game. All the points that I wanted to talk about, Agustina just talk about them. You know,
You
Yeah,
know,
I was
I'm
seen
a,
as on point tonight. I was seen as on
yeah,
point tonight. That was what I
yeah.
want to say.
All the points that he brought, on point. It is what I want to talk about. So
Yeah.
aside from not having a competitive seeing this game,
Ooh.
it's a good game still.
Samuel, they're talking to you, Samuel. They're talking to you.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Thank you.
She
Gracias,
didn't like
Leslie.
it. She didn't like it. She
Yes,
told
it's
me. She
funny.
told me in the
Yeah.
comments. She didn't like it.
No. She's saying she liked it. Okay, anyways, and then we have Mari also. I don't play Sun and Moon. Okay, but
She hasn't played it yet.
it's a great. I loved it. It's okay. It's okay.
I
But we're here
like
to
it.
talk about
You know,
Pokemon Legends
I
Arceus.
have
Arceus.
played all of them up until now. The only game I haven't played yet is Ultra Sun and Moon, because I got it like a few months ago. But I
Random.
haven't I haven't felt like so captivated and like really hooked on a story since Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby.
That
Like
was a good
since
remake.
Auras, that
That
was
was a good
great. And
remake.
with the Delta episode was fantastic. But Legends Arceus just bah, brought
Yeah,
it up
yeah.
a
That
notch.
I think yes, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was freaking fantastic. I got it
I,
midnight release.
Yeah, me
Michael,
too.
I mean, let's we're gonna keep talking
I
about
know,
Legends. We're gonna keep talking about Legends.
I know.
I
That's why I
I,
didn't say nothing.
I want to highlight Paco Miguel's comment here. Even though I haven't played Arceus, to me looked like gameplay would carry the game more.
Uh,
I feel like the gameplay carries the game well.
oh
It
yeah, it
does.
does. It does.
Yeah, yeah. I
The
feel like it
story, the
carries the game.
story, the story is like the spices on over it. But
Right, that's what we're gonna get into now, right?
Yeah, I definitely got
What
something to say about the
is
story.
what is your favorite mechanic in this game? And when I say favorite mechanic, I obviously mean, is it fighting? Is it like the open world thing? Is it like the traversal? But also, is it the story? So, what is your favorite mechanic used in this game that is different from before?
Okay.
And go ahead, Michael, because you look like you want to shout right now.
Yo, as corny and basic as this is gonna sound, I fucking love throwing the Pokeballs to get items. Like I love like your Pokemon actually interacting with the landscape in a very fucking different way. I love that
yes,
shit.
yes,
And it aids the gameplay because you remember what I said on the first stream where I like the anxiety that I'm getting from like keeping up with a lot of the different dynamics of the game. Craft, it's gonna go into something else. Crafting, I actually really liked it because it's like, let's say you have an alpha Pokemon over there, that's something that you need and something that you want, or even if it's a shiny, if you're not like paying attention to what you're doing and you're not crafting and you're not keeping up with your inventory the right way, you're fucked. And I love
yeah.
that shit. All that shit together.
Yeah, that's true. That those like light survival mechanics make the game feel a lot more full, a lot more true to the idea that people fear Pokemon and people like, you are venturing out and trying to survive out there. But yeah, I was, what are your favorite mechanics
I have
in this game?
I actually agree with Michael because like throwing the Pokeballs and having your Pokemon just grab shit like from the field for you, it gives them experience. It actually makes the friendship go up. That's something I discovered by accident. Like, how the hell does it work? Then my Eevee evolved into a Sylveon. Like, oh, so this is how the friendship works. Like, oh, even great. It's like so good. Uh, and riding the Pokemon. That for me is just
The traversal mechanics.
yes. The way you can move like throughout the field, it's just so simple and it just flows. It makes the game great.
It's simple and it's smooth as
As fuck.
hell.
Yes.
Like, I did not think that it would be that smooth to just like straight up jump into the water
Whoop. Basculin.
Same.
and turn into Basculegion. That is dope. Simon, what's up? What is your favorite mechanic in this game? What's up?
Actually, something that I wanted to see from the manga coming back to life in this game, that is portraying the how super dangerous is to actually embark on a Pokemon adventure. That not only your Pokemon can faint, but
Yes.
also you as an adventurer. So if you're not paying attention while you're playing, and Snorlax gives you the Fus Dorada, it's called Hyper Beam, you're
Hyper
done.
beam. Yeah, yeah.
You're done. You're done. That's something that actually makes sense to me since I don't know if you read the manga back in Pokemon Monsters. Okay, so my man, thank you. So do you remember when Red fought the and he didn't fight the Magmars? He saw him and then he just avoided them, and then Giovanni just sliced them in half.
Yeah.
They had a lot of Pokemon death in the manga.
Yeah.
So, sure.
Yeah.
There were.
So that's
Yeah.
the thing, because savage Pokemon are savage Pokemon. They're not gonna hug you and tell you Magmar hug me. No, they're gonna
Mhm.
roast you up. So that's why I like this game. They don't. I mean, they actually, if you didn't notice, depending on the Pokédex entry on the past games, they actually act up as you find them in the wild.
Yeah.
And a super fan service that I found super hilarious was Riflum actually trying to abduct a kid in the game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I
Oh
drove
yeah,
through the
yeah, oh
middle
yeah,
first
yeah,
of
yeah,
all.
yeah. He's just behind them and stuff, and yeah,
That's so
yeah,
dark.
yeah.
Yeah. This game's taking
It's the small
Lord,
details.
Lord,
It's
yeah.
the small details of this game, of Pokemon actually acting as they should, that makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
I won't say amazing. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
it's what I
3,000%
wanted.
agree with you.
yeah, yeah. It does. It does play into the more dark side of living in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
And I think that this game is an introduction to not only like the reality of what it could be to live in a world like that, but also and I don't want to say it in this way, but a breath of the wild moment for Pokemon, a
Mhm.
rebirth for this series. And I don't mean
Yes.
it's, and I don't want to do that comparison of like it's like a Breath of the Wild, because
I
it's
mean,
not.
they did
I'm
take
thinking about
certain things
no,
directly,
they did. I
like
don't say they
some.
didn't, right?
I know, I know.
But I'm just saying it is finally that fresh air that I
Absolutely.
think was something that had to come eventually, because the
Yeah.
series, I know it
Definitely.
has its hardcore fans, like it has its like base, but the series was dwindling. The mainline series, at least in the way that if you want to bring new people and the new audiences, it wasn't up to par to the modern day of video games, of like respecting my time as a player.
Yeah.
Like the grind in this game doesn't feel as hard as a grind in an
It
old
doesn't
school
feel
game.
like a grind at all, to be
It does,
honest. Yeah,
talk about it.
I
Tell me
can
about it.
agree.
It's
Tell me
not.
about it, because it doesn't feel like a grind to me at all.
I had a comment later, but I want to hear
Save it, Michael. What's
yeah.
up?
No, it's all good. Well, let's say this, like the Pokedex entries, because I know that me and you spoke about this last night. Um, Doing just simple shit like certain ways to catch them, certain ways to evolve them. It's not even just that. To fill up the Pokedex entry, it's like, okay, sometimes it's how you're interacting with the Pokemon, how you're battling
Exactly.
them. You know what I'm saying? There's like Samu said, the small details. There's so many ways to unpack that statement with this game. And, I also think one of the things that actually helped them was they didn't focus on trying to make the game look as pretty. They didn't make two of the same game and different versions with adding different Pokemon here and different Pokemon there. They focused on one game. They took what they had, they made something new, and they started at the bottom, and that's what we got. But we got it was souped up. You get what I'm saying? Like all the things that made Pokemon on a small level, they took away to make something completely new. And I think them doing that, it started them up here instead of a lot worse than they could have been. And I like that a lot. Because I mean, one of the biggest things that they talk about with building the Pokedex, and it was something that I thought about. This is how this shit started. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't
Yeah.
have a machine, you have like a book with a lot of stuff that somebody has to write in and write down in pictures. You get what I'm saying? So this is really bare bones shit, and they really highlighted that, and I love that. To be honest with you.
That's yeah. That's right. That's right. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about this?
Yeah, I agree with Michael. Like the game actually feels like a real origin story, and I'm loving every second of it. Like the only thing that feels grindy is just the Pokédex, but it's enjoyable. It's not the kind of grind that you are annoyed at like some other games. Dragon Quest, for example, like the level up, like leveling up is a total grind and it's annoying
Mm,
and it's not as rewarding. But this game is really rewarding. Like you
Yeah.
grind and you can see the progress.
yeah. And I think Paco is saying that the SMT5 Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a
Oh
grind, even
yes,
though it's an
that's a real grind.
enjoyable grind. People have told me also it's like a really fun game. I look forward to. I have the copy. I accidentally won another bit on eBay, but whatever. Let's not talk about that and my problem with eBay. But anyways, going to Samu. Samu, what you got to say?
What I find interesting about this game, about what is called a grind, it doesn't feel like a chore.
Yeah,
No.
When it
exactly.
doesn't feel like a chore and actually you enjoy the hardship of doing things, you did great.
Hmm.
Because making a game that you have to do so many things just for the sake of making the game longer, it won't work. But this game actually makes you feel like like you're actually filling up the Pokédex. Like, okay, so this game, this Pokemon is not good for, let's say, battling, but it may be super good for civilization, whatever. Just me, just paraphrasing, because not all
Hmm.
Pokemon are good for battling.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's a fact. So
yeah.
all Pokemon have like their role in society. So when you recap how they actually are filling up the Pokédex, that you're actually exploring Pokemon because they don't know jack shit about how they work,
That's what I'm saying.
makes it amazing,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
So as a manga lover from this series, makes me happy because even though in the actual time in Pokemon are still scary, it's only the
Hmm.
game that make it sunshine and rainbows,
Yeah. I need to look into this manga because I didn't even know it
dude.
existed. Like
I'm
literally,
just gonna
I had no
say,
idea.
Blastoise knows fly in the manga.
Nani?
Yeah.
That's it.
I have some at the house, so next time I see you, I'll lend you it.
That's
Yeah,
dope. That's dope. Yeah,
I
that
promise.
that would be really dope. Um, we've talked about the things we like. We've talked about expectations. We've talked about like some tips here and there about like some things that we might not like that much. And so that moving to the next question, like what are things that we can improve in this game, right?
Oh, let me
And
get this
I can
notes
I
out.
want to start off with, and I know that I think Agustino mentioned earlier. I don't care about the graphics because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But if they looked better, I wouldn't mind. I'm gonna say, like, like if the it's not just the graphics, it's like the way they create the environment. It's not about
Yeah.
having better graphics. I don't want fucking like um Xbox Series X type like Skyrim
Oh no,
fucking
no, that's not
I
Pokemon.
don't need that. We don't need that. I
Mhm.
just want more environmental variety. Um and then I think I don't miss the multiplayer thing, and I talked about this in the last stream. I don't, or not on the podcast yesterday. A Pixel Pals podcast. Check it out. I'll send y'all a link in the chat. But anyways,
Please.
it's I wouldn't have minded if it had a multiplayer. Even though I'm not good at multiplayer, I like in the real multiplayer. Even if it's a co-op,
Hmm.
I wouldn't have
That is
minded.
something that this game really could have had. Like you can get like three friends with you, and you're exploring around the same map together. Like that's something that really that this type of game could really benefit from.
Yeah.
Or even just old school, just like going up to the town and just fighting it out and see what's up. And I know that the new mechanics might not work very well for competitive or for like battling with each other, but it'd be dope to experiment. And if you want to experiment with us, try it out right now. Anyways, Samu, what do you think could be improved in this game? Outside of, I mean, graphics and what I just mentioned.
Okay. About graphics, I don't mind it that much, but I believe that maybe they had to work a bit on the, when Pokemon are far too far from
Yeah,
your, they kind of look choppy.
yeah,
Yeah,
And when you play Breath of the Wild, not to compare with it, but just to make a picture, um, you don't see that, and it's the
you can see
same
the dragon far away.
and it is super smooth. But people say, but it's Pokemon, but it's the same console. It should have the power to actually do it. So
yeah,
Yes.
maybe it was a time constriction. I believe it's that because Game Freak has like super tight schedule. Like
Hmm.
they always they release this game, but you're actually making two more. You know what I mean? So it's always on a constant grind. They also making games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But something that this game could benefit aside from multiplayer, they can make in a DLC like an exploring co-op, like another map that you can actually explore with another player
That'll be
and
dope.
fill
Yes.
up in more of the Pokédex. That should be one. I don't see like a versus type of game in this game like a soon enough. But if they
hmm
make it, it should be good, but at least some co-op version that you can actually explore some legends and some places that you can find new
Agreed.
Pokemon. That
Hmm.
should work.
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be a versus in this kind of game. Like they should make it like stories. Like this game, Monster Hunter Stories too.
yeah,
You don't explore the actual map of the game, but you go to some places that
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
always randomized, and at the end you can fight a Pokemon. They should make a exclusive Pokemon that you can only find in co-op. So something that actually makes you want to play with somebody else, and
Hmm.
also making it worth your while to play to have replay value.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, yeah, I think we all wouldn't mind if it had a co-op, right?
Yeah.
And
I
just
was gonna
rumors on the DLC, but only rumors.
yeah,
if y'all want to, like, I think the best person that talks about rumors, talks about like analyzing trailers, if anything comes out, analyzing information, Johto Johnny. And he's probably gonna be watching these at some point tonight or in the future. Johto Johnny, one of the best up and coming YouTubers about Pokemon. But anyways, um what's up? What are the other thoughts around this, around things that can improve? And I think Agustino, you haven't gone yet.
Oh,
No, I think
I mean,
Agustino, yeah.
the things I believe that should, you know, improve on it is the way we interact with Pokemon in the village. When you throw the Pokeball and they just stand there, I mean, you press A and they just like that.
It's like
There's,
lifeless. It's like whatever.
yeah,
yeah,
I
there's
agree with
no
that.
more interaction. I was expecting to have something more like when I saw where you stack the Pokemon, I it like the memory that there was a core memory unlocked. It was
Hmm.
Pokemon Ranch for the Wii,
Ooh, okay.
and when I saw it like at the announcement at first, I said, "Wow, Pokemon Ranch is back." And I was expecting that, and I was disappointed because it's there's not a level of interaction with your Pokemon like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
That
Yeah, I
would
was.
definitely improve the game
Yeah,
a lot.
because there are people that are really into that piece of it, right? And
Yeah,
I think Martinez Gabriel is mentioning here in the chat, it should have co-op raids and other lands to explore.
for
Yeah,
sure.
Martinez, yes. And I think we're all in consensus, and maybe a DLC will be part of that, right? And Martinez
Uh,
also mentioned new types of Hisuian, new Pokemon, something that will surprise us, something a more new things, right? More new things. Thank you, Martinez Gabriel. Gracias por el comment. Um, I think in my mind, and I was mentioning this the other day also, in Pixel Pals, is that this is the baseline. This is the beginning of the rebirth. But in my mind, I'm like, what if Pokemon Company was like, this is good enough. Let's not
there's no
go
way.
overboard. Let's save something for when we get better at this. Let's save the cool things for when this game pops off or doesn't pop off. Like if it doesn't pop off, it doesn't pop off, right? But when it pops off and we know it's good, let's bring something new for people. And
Yeah.
so going to the next kind of question, we talked about in the last stream, we talked about what do you think the future of Pokemon is, and we kind of like speculated, right? We were like, based on this, I think that this is gonna happen. Now, playing the game for 2 weeks now, and having a blast, like we've all had a crazy blast in this game. What do you think the future of the Pokemon franchise is moving forward? And I'm gonna speak last because I want to hear your thoughts before I like interject, right? But what's up? What's Gen 9 gonna look like? What's the next Legends game gonna look like? Can we go back to the old school Pokemon type of game? Michael, you say I wanted to go to you first because you're about to explode also. Like you just like we're gonna talk about this.
I to preface this, when they dropped Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they said the going forward with experiments is contingent on its success. And that game wasn't really successful, but this game already widely is.
6.5
Yeah.
million in 6 days.
And I think it's not debatable that the general consensus, this is the first time I think in definitely over a decade where every critic that I'm seeing is saying the same positive things, where most of the feedback is widely positive.
Mhm.
I think anybody can see that. You get what I'm saying? It's like, how do you go back to the old stuff that Pokemon is always gonna sell. It's the biggest franchise, period. You know what I mean? Like that's fucking facts. You know what I'm saying? It's a $9.2 billion franchise. It beats out every Disney IP. It's gonna sell if they make Pokemon Toilet Adventures, it's gonna sell. You know what I mean? It's gonna sell it's gonna sell at least 1 million copies, but this is something you can't really go back from. You know what I mean? If they just focus, like I said, on basic game mechanics, that was really the only place it was lacking in. And think about that. They were so robotic and monotonous with their process. They perfected the same game over and over. And the only criticism really that's valid is shit like graphics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't. There's no room to move backwards. Then now we only have forward, and that's. No.
Samu said in the chat. Samu, who's right here, said Rotom Toilet for the win.
No!
It's gonna be water ground type.
Argument caca.
Oh, God, that was the worst visual.
I had no idea.
I
had no idea Rotom was in this game. I saw him today, and I was like, "Oh, what?"
Bro, he's a dick. He leaves. Like, he doesn't even stay. Like, I got jumped by 2 Pokemon when he was right there, and by the time I beat them, he was gone.
No, I saw him, and I was like, I'm not even gonna worry. I'm gonna beeline. I'm gonna throw my smoke bomb. I'm gonna use my stealth spray. I'm going to catch this thing. But anyways, that's part of the addiction of this game. It's like every Pokemon has a different personality, right? And so some of them see you and straight up walk up to you and like, "Hey, what's up, dude? Let's hang out." And some of them see you from close and they're like, "Oh, no, dude, get the frick away from me, or I'm gonna beat you up."
Wrong
And then there are some where you the moment you see them from like a mile away, they're like, "Oh, you fucking in the wrong neighborhood, bro. Like I'm gonna fuck you up right now."
Paris. Paris, bro.
And so that adds a lot to the game. I think one of my favorite mechanics.
There's a fun fact about Paris and why they find you so easily in the field, and it's his eyes. You can see it in the Pokédex. He has compound eyes, so he sees practically. He's a Hyuga from Naruto. That's it.
Oh, wow. We were talking about Naruto last night. Yeah, yeah, he's a Hyuga.
He's a Hyuga from
That's a good
Pokemon.
way to
That's
put
it.
it. Going quickly back to the things that you can improve, and this is something that we haven't talked about, I think, in the streams before, but it's something that we need to mention. How many of you play the game in English?
I've seen it. I haven't played it, but I've seen it.
How many of you play the game in Spanish?
I haven't, man.
Sam, okay, okay. And this is a
Yeah.
trick question because we know that Sam plays in Spanish in his streams,
Yeah,
right?
I'm on the spot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah, right. Samuel,
Just
this is a
shoot me
question.
down.
This,
Shoot me
this is
down.
a question for you, Samuel, but it's also a question for all of us, really, because it pertains to all of us. Um, the Pokemon Company and Game Freak, I think it's mainly Game Freak is the problem, has translated Pokemon games since I think X and Y or Black and White to
Yeah.
Spanish from Spain. And this is not like, oh, Spanish from Spain is
Mhm.
weird. This is not that type of conversation. This conversation is about the fact that a lot of phrases that are words and phrases that are in Spanish from Spain
The
are not
slang.
are not for kids in Latin America. Samuel,
Yeah.
what have you run into the game that is just like, this is kids in Latin America should not be reading these words in this game? And it's not because Spanish in Spain is weird or whatever. It's not that. It's not that. It's because the words we use there are different. But go ahead, Samuel.
Don't worry. I had a like epiphany that I thought you were gonna ask that question, so I got prepared for this. Okay, it's not that Spanish from Spain is bad. That's not the topic. It's the neutrality that is lost within translation, because many words that are super taboo in Latin America and Latin America, I mean, kids should not be listening or reading these words, you know. So something that could go simply from this mischievous Pokemon would translate, and this is for for the sake of understanding, these horny Pokemon.
And that's in the game. That's in the
Yeah,
game.
that's in the
Yeah.
game, and I
That-
have
I want, I
I
want
have the
people
game
to
right here.
I want people to know that there's a phrase in the game that for Puerto Ricans, for Puerto Rican kids and for Puerto Rican people, the game is saying, go look up this horny Pokemon.
And many more, and many more. There's another one which is super big, this big, but this is a game that has a rate E for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You should be pretty 200% that this game's actually for everyone, and it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It
It's not.
should be at least teen, at least.
At least with
Plus,
those words that are in there.
there's also another word in Puerto Rican culture and Mexican culture that is also super bad. They also say puñeta.
Yeah.
We can say in the stream. We can say in the stream. They
Wait,
say
wait, they
puñeta.
say that. They say that shit in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They asked.
Give me a
him
second.
puñetas,
Keep
like,
talking.
yeah.
I'm gonna pull up the screenshot. Keep talking. I'm gonna pull.
Yo, no. Pull that up. I didn't see this.
Okay. Yeah, there's a part
Oh,
where
It's so
they
funny.
talk about Palkia. I believe it was Palkia or the other one
Yeah.
of those.
Fuck yeah.
And they actually say in the in non-English version, but what translate in raw Spanish to English is who the fuck is Palkia?
Or who the hell? Who the heck?
No,
Basically.
who the fuck is Palkia?
No, it's who the fuck. It's who the fuck. It's who the fuck.
I'm not
It's who the
gonna
fuck.
brush it like it is something small. It is what
It's
it is.
not.
But
Yeah,
that
it's
would
what
be
it is.
in Puerto Rican
mean-
Spanish, like going into the context from Castellano, from Spain. It's like who the heck. So
Yeah,
that's how it is.
but that's the point. If you were, let's say, 7 years old, you know, and in a Latino household, and your mom is seeing what you're actually playing, and in the
oh
screen
yeah,
it
like
says,
Dodge mode. Yeah, Doc. Oh shit, that's a good point. That actually.
¿Qué
is
puñetas se
Look,
esparce,
look.
tío?
It's right there. It's right there.
dude, I'm gonna say it like it is in my house. If I was a little kid, my mom would say that she will smash my Switch, smash me 2 times, and throw the game out.
Done. And this is not the
At
only one.
least.
And Michael, to put this into context, this is not the only one. The first time you catch a bug Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be if you're a Puerto Rican kid, you're gonna run to a really
Oh,
cute word.
Oh yeah, okay.
And let me
Starts
let
with
me
a
see if I
B. Starts
let,
with.
let me see if I have
yeah.
the screenshot.
See,
Let me see if I have a screen.
you know.
You know what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
basically, every insect Pokemon is a dick Pokemon. I mean, that's where I go.
Wait.
You
It
gotta
says it
catch a
says
If we
ruffle.
it says
here's
tipo bicho,
okay,
and
so
bicho means
yeah,
insect in some parts of
It's a
Latin
bug.
America,
that I know, but okay, I
but in
know
Puerto
that. Yeah, that
Rico,
I know. Yeah,
bicho is the most vulgar
yeah,
way of saying
I
dick,
know.
and you know
Yeah,
that.
but even yeah. So one thing that I'll
Dímelo,
add
Rey.
to this, so
Yo,
um,
yo, what's up?
the thing I'll add about the rating system that's actual, you know what I'm saying, that's actual, you know what I'm saying, like Fairfax, and it doesn't matter if it's movies, games, it only takes like two vulgar words being said,
Yeah.
like for it to actually get a mature rating, period. Like if you say the F word twice in a movie or in a game, it's automatically MA or R. So
Yo,
that's
look at. Sorry,
Swanley.
Swanley. Damn, I go out for a second. Next thing people talk about bicho. Well, we're talking about it because it's in the Pokemon game.
But there's a point that I wanted to clarify about this game. We're not talking bad things about Castellano, which is
no,
the
no, 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 no,
correct
no. Yeah, no. We're not.
language.
No, it's not about
But
that.
it's not a neutral, friendly Spanish game.
Yeah,
yeah, and
It's not.
that's an excuse,
because
bro.
I
That is
mean,
an excuse,
you
bro.
could make the translations in Spanish from Spain and then check in with people in Latin America and be like, hey,
Yeah,
is this okay? And it could still be like Xenoblade Chronicles, for example. That's like in British English, but there's no problem, right? There's nothing going wrong, right? For us out here in America and Latin America and in the West, right? But a game like Pokemon, usually mostly tailored for kids, right? With thankfully now with Pokemon Legends Arceus bringing in a lot of mechanics to like keep us adults a little bit there a lot more. But
Yeah.
it's a game for kids, right?
yeah,
No, and it
and
also
moms and like if this goes into TV into like Despierta America or some of those like talk shows like oh this Pokemon
oh
game don't buy it for your kids, this would be a fucking PR nightmare for
yeah.
Pokemon.
It is. It will be. But that's why I stopped playing it in streams. I know if you did notice, but I stopped streaming it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I did because when the first 6 hours playing the game, I didn't find jack shit about thing just weird stuff, which is fine. But in my second stream, that's when I saw this Pokemon Bellago, this horny Pokemon. I was like,
On stream and you do PG-13 streaming
dude,
if
I
you
don't.
try to.
Yeah, I don't curse in my streams because I have families that watch my stuff,
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
down with their kids. So I stopped playing the story, so I just play the game. Like I go catch Pokemon, shiny hunting, whatever. But I stopped playing the story because after that you showed me the puñeta stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I should not play in this game because dude, it's
No,
yeah.
horrible.
that's a good point.
If they could a parent could report your page and
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
and it's the a parent could for an accurate reason be like I'm gonna report this page because this is not for kids, this is
and
like
they're right.
yeah
I
Yeah,
they're right.
mean, if you
definitely.
also think about it too, have any of you guys played Masters, for example, Pokemon Masters on the phone?
No, I
Okay,
No.
haven't. I haven't.
okay. Well, for context, they have voice acting in that game, so
Yes.
that is actually that could be a thing in like the next Pokemon game
Oh,
for even something
definitely.
like the Switch. So it's like this is regardless of who wants to say what, it's a real problem. Could you imagine if somebody got some Reggie voice actor to say that shit out loud? You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah,
kid was
oh that
playing
would
that
be
shit. And this is the day and age where all the kids are on tablets, are on fucking cell phones and shit. So somebody could be sitting in the back seat of their car playing that game, and you guys are bringing up, a parent, and that shit could be out loud. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I never played my Game Boy, my Switch, or whatever on low volume. So that shit could be out loud and then and then here's coming from this game.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
does.
I mean,
It needs to be addressed.
yeah, I think, and in Latin America, like there's a big campaign going on. I've talked to all of y'all about it before. The voice actor for Ash and Brock from the app from the Latin American anime version of Pokemon, they made a video talking
Yeah.
about this issue, about how this is an issue that's fucking wild. There's like in Pokemon, like I think Black and White or Sun and Moon, they talk about a girl sniffing drugs, right?
Wait,
Because they
what?
use the word that is incorrect for Latin America. They use like, oh, la chica quiere jalar or something, and
Las
jalar is of
tequijalas.
course Latin America means that you want to inhale drugs, right? There's another part where they talk about a girl called la niña pija. Niña pija means a dick girl in Argentina. So like this is I don't think this issue has gone to the news as much. Like if it got into Miami news, into Florida news, into Despierta America, it's a PR nightmare for Pokemon, the
Yeah, like
Pokemon fucking
it
franchise.
also it also puts into perspective how they disregard the like the regional differences in Spanish
Yep.
because like for example La Niña Pija in Spain it is a rich kid.
Hmm.
But like Gio said, like in like pija in Argentina is penis, for example. And it is very sad because like Latin America is such a huge market, and Pokemon is extremely popular in Latin America, and we should be catered to. Like, why
Yeah,
aren't you localizing specifically for Latin America? You
yeah.
should be able to select Spanish and have the option Spain, Latin America.
There are some
Uh,
games that have it. There are some games that
yeah,
literally have it.
But
yeah,
there's a reason for it,
What?
and how much it costs to translate a game in different Spanish
yeah,
games. It's way expensive doing it in neutral Spanish
It
than
is.
just focusing in just one region.
And it is, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. And I mentioned it also on the Pixel Palace. Nintendo has been translating The Legend of Zelda
yeah,
since 2007. I think it was Phantom, the one with the trains.
yeah.
Phantom Train.
Phantom, Phantom Train.
Whatever the name. That
The
game was translated
Phantom
into
Hourglass.
Phantom Hourglass. Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah,
the train one, the train
it
one.
was the
Anyway,
Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks.
Spectre.
whatever the name was, um, that was translated into Latin American Spanish. The Pokemon Company has the money. Nintendo has the money, and they've done
Yeah,
translations into Latin American Spanish. Where is the problem within Game Freak? Where in because it is in Game Freak.
There,
It's not Pokemon Company. It's not Nintendo. It's in that studio.
yeah,
there's two reasons about it, and it's been addressed. Two things. One, it was money. That's the fact that I know. I know it is.
Hmm.
But the second one is the time constriction that they have.
The time,
They
okay.
are overworked with two, three games at a time. That's why you don't see the whole Pokédex made in the new games. That's why
Mm,
X and Y, not Sword and Shield. They don't have all the Pokemons, and it wasn't because they were trying to sell you those Pokemons. It was a game that was incomplete, and it was made public. I'm not making this up. You can search. You can search that.
mm, mm, mm. Okay, okay.
You can search that. But the thing is, it's the time constriction that makes these things happen and the money.
But
yeah,
I mean, I think we like Agostino was saying, there's a market, and if you see any professional, I mean, Michael, you've played professionally, or at least like competitive Pokemon. In
Hmm.
any competitive Pokemon game, there's gonna be two or three or four or five, or the top player who is a Spanish speaking player.
mm-hmm.
That happened. That's been that. What was the game? What was I think Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire on the junior tournament. The winner. It was a young kid. He was Hispanic that year. For
That's
those
So,
that play.
the
so, so, so
2018. That was the champion from. It was Panama or I'm searching it up because I know the guy.
You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know,
So,
I know, I know
yeah,
the guy. I know the guy. I know the
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
how
yeah, exactly. So, you know, yeah.
how insulting is it that I mean, we probably played in English because honestly, in Spanish from Spain, sometimes there are things that I have no idea what they're saying.
Oh,
Like
sorry,
literally
pardon.
no
Oh,
clue. Go
Paul
ahead.
Reese.
yeah,
Paul Reese is his name.
My cousin.
Okay.
Damn. I mean, not my real cousin, but I'm Ruiz also. So
Also,
Okay.
I know the guy. He's super sweet and super humble.
yeah.
He's a nice guy, dude. He's a
What do
nice
you
guy.
what do you think? What do you and this is kind of to finish up the tonight's stream. Um, we talked about we'll go into the future in a second, but what do y'all think that could be done out here to raise more awareness about this? Because there's already like a petition, there's already videos going out. We're having these conversations here. What else do you think that we can do to like raise awareness around this issue? Because like kids should be kids, and they shouldn't. I mean, if I were a kid, I'd be like, oh my god, ha ha, it says dick in here. But they, realistically, we shouldn't be exposing kids to like all these fucking crazy ass words in Spanish from Spain. Not that it's the problem is that Spanish from Spain. The problem is it's not localized.
yeah, exactly.
What
I
do you
mean,
think we could be done?
I believe that first of all, doing exactly what we're doing,
Yeah.
like bringing up the conversation and speaking about it. I was also thinking maybe make a trend on Twitter that
Mm,
actually like sometimes help, and yeah, just basically bring it into the light because we're not being like respected in a way. We're being we're being erased basically because we're not like getting the games in a language that we can understand because
mm,
they use slang, they use region specific language, and it's not something that we can get, that we can connect to, so the experience is not the same for everyone.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I think
I want to say shout out to Sabitongo saying estamos Pokemon, fuego,
What's
fuego,
up, bro?
fuego, fuego.
Gracias por estar aquí, mi loco.
Yeah, yeah.
oh yeah. Gio, you had brought up Florida, man, and I know out here there are a lot of networks, and I think you know us bringing that to their attention for them to physically speak out. They do a lot of like localized things as well. So if we were to even bring that to their attention, I think it would be something that they were interested in. Because I
Yeah,
think part of the problem, you brought something up probably about like what 5 minutes ago that was something that I think it's ignorance on the behalf of companies like Game Freak, where they're probably like, oh, okay, yeah, they may speak, region specific Spanish, but they all understand everything. I really do think that these companies are really ignorant with that. I don't think
Yeah,
they know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
especially
yeah,
on a higher level. Like I can't expect somebody whose main office in Tokyo to understand exactly what's being said here.
yeah,
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
and I think that's partially a responsibility for us to bring it to their attention as well, because they're not going to know that at all. You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? It's the same way of like, saying that Cantonese fucking Chinese is the same as Mandarin, and it's not. You know what
Which
I'm
are both
saying?
which are both in the game.
Exactly. But I mean
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Asia.
yeah, yeah.
So
No, yeah,
they
yeah. Right, right, right.
so I mean shit, you know what I'm saying? I got a number for Telemundo, dog. We can hit them up for sure. So let me know.
Yo, we gotta hit up Telemundo, Univision. We gotta hit up like, I mean, because realistically, when you get the parents involved,
It'll be a done
that's gonna
deal.
be
It'll be a
that's gonna
done
be
deal.
done deal. So now that we're like just to close up, right? And we kind of talked about this already. What is the future? How when you boot up a future mainline Pokemon game, Pokemon Soul and whatever, people are making it. People are saying there's some leaks already. Soul and something they were saying
Oh, I
on
hope
the
it's
internet.
not that. That sounds super,
Um,
super trash.
and no, they're saying that it might be India based, it may be Australia
Oh
based.
hell
Who
no!
knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Fuck that shit.
They've done France, they've done UK. Home one day they'll do Puerto Rico. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they'll do USA. Point is that
Hopefully not the U.S.
is that when you boot up that next game, what do you think your experience is gonna be like when you like open up that next game, mainline, not Legends specific, but mainline game? What do you think Well, I mean, I know Legends is a mainline game too, but like, well, you know what I mean. Gen 9. What do you think it's gonna
Yeah,
be like?
I mean,
Agustino, go ahead.
I actually expected to be to have the aesthetic of Sword and Shield, but it should be a complete game for starters. Like as for the main games, it should look like Sword and Shield. I will not expect Legends in the main game because Legends in itself is just something. It's another main line of games.
His own lane.
So yeah, I mean, I would not mind if Gen 9 is like Legends with the same,
No, I think
but
nobody would
no,
mind, but
nobody.
yeah,
But definitely, like Gen 9 should have the same aesthetics as Sword and Shield for me. I do not expect a Skyrim level game or Breath of the Wild, although Legends is going for that specifically. So that's what I expect for Gen 9, and I would be as hyped as I am today for the next generation.
yeah, that's dope. That Simon, what are you thinking the next game is gonna be like when you boot it up?
Basically the same thing, but in graphic based, I'm okay with some graphic like Sword and Shield. It won't bother me. I believe that they're trying to go more cell shaded, like Breath of the Wild, like they did in this game, but nothing crazy.
Yeah,
Maybe they're exploring how vast and big they can make a game without flopping. So
yeah,
this game it's a better version of what could
Yeah,
be.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah,
so I
definitely.
believe we're gonna see more how free can you be interacting in the wild with Pokemon versus games before that it was super constricted.
hmm
They've been adding Pokemon that you can see walking outside the grass. They've been working with it. So I believe that the next game should be more freely when it comes to gameplay and interacting. As
Yeah,
for the gameplay, it should be the same when it comes to the classic games. That
yeah,
that should,
hmm
that should stay. But the how you interact with the whole world of Pokemon, like this game, if they don't add it to the next one, it's gonna flop.
it's gonna flop.
definitely,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael,
definitely.
what thought your thoughts as a competitive player, as like a veteran in the series? What's up?
I mean, I think between both of you, I think you guys kind of really nailed it. I want Sword and Shield mixed with Legends. That's what I want. I don't. That's it.
Agreed,
A
I
perfect
don't
in
think.
between.
Yeah, like
agreed.
there you go. That's like they just like okay. Think about this. It's like the invention of cupcakes. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You get your cake, but you know what I'm saying? You're not spoiling your dinner, you're not spoiling your lunch, you get everything. And we just realized that now we can get everything in a Pokemon game. Don't take it
Yeah,
away now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go, I mean, they've been trying to freshen up the shit for a long time.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the reason why I brought up Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And that to me wasn't even a terrible fucking game either because it was something different. But it's
hmm
like what they tried doing with that game, they did it with this. So
hmm
yeah,
why do we have to? We don't need to move backwards. There's no point in moving backwards now. Just give us both the best of both worlds, and that's it. You're
hmm
gonna sell fucking 100 million copies if you just do that. That's
Right,
it.
right, right. Martinez is agreeing with you here. Like, a mix up
What's
would be perfect.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
I think I man, like you can't just go back to the old way. You can't go back to that walking around the grass and
Nope.
you
Oh
can't
fuck
go
that.
back to like forcing to fight to catch,
No.
Yeah.
forcing to fight to
And
catch. You can't go back to Pokemon that don't have a personality.
nah.
yeah,
And there's one thing that they did that I actually really love that I've actually fucking forgotten until just now. I love that when you're battling, you can move around.
yeah. And you can actually run away.
Yo,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
so cool.
Like,
So cool.
and then all like even certain shit like okay, like when you're battling and you have your list of Pokemon, you don't even have to go into the main menu. You could just press the
Power
right
bottom.
trigger and switch. Like it's just simple shit like that. Like and you could go right up close to the trainer and then you're not even getting the perspective of the battle because you're not in peripheral view from your actual character. It's
Yeah.
just like how do you go back from that now? You
Im-
can't.
imagine, ima- imagine, imagine a mainline number one. I'm gonna call Pokemon game where going route to route is like in this game where you're just like you're seeing Pokemon out in the wild, you're seeing people on the wild that you might want to fight or not fight. And you're like in a city, right? And you're going into an alleyway, and Meowth is in the alleyway, or Pure Ugly, or whatever Pokemon, or a monk eating trash, and you're just like, oh
Oh,
shit, let me catch that.
Man, that would be great.
And you leave that town and go to the next town, and the next town is also like a different type of vibe, where you're just like, on your way there, running into things in the wild, but not like just like a wild area where you go into a fight, but like in the wild, just like in Legends. And
But
maybe
there's something you mentioned.
maybe keep the old mechanics of like no more strong and agile style, but man, let me enjoy respect my time. I don't want no more load screens. We don't need them.
wait,
And
what
between
screens?
load screens, when you go into a fight in the old school games where you go unnecessary, waste of
Yeah,
time.
it just we just
Anyways,
need that mix, man. We need that
yeah.
mix.
Simon, what are you gonna say?
No, that it should be a fun thing. That in Arceus you can actually get hurt by other Pokemons. It will be fun that actually in the cities you could find a monk, and by just passing around it you can go to the next stage or next part of the game, because if you go through to where he is, he could attack you, or the stench of it will let you
Yeah.
pass. You have that kind of interactions, so subtle as they are, they could make a really really good Pokemon game.
Oh
Like
yeah,
Snorlax
definitely.
back in the first games.
Yeah,
Like
One
Snorlax.
one point I want to bring up about the interaction, Samu, you brought up the manga earlier. You
yeah,
remember how Red actually caught Pikachu in that first thing where he was a menace in his town and he caught him chewing cables and he
yeah.
caught him that shit like that opens, bro. You really got to read the manga in general,
Yeah.
but yes,
And
but
also they can interact with them through the Pokeballs. They can talk to them, and they can.
yeah.
And since they are actually your friends, they can get out from the Pokeball and actually help you without you saying, "No, go do that."
That's what I'm saying. Like it did. Like that was one of my
Wow.
favorite points being brought because the manga, in my opinion, is if you talk about the Pokedex and the games and everything, I feel like it's the truest thing to the entire series. Hector, I also, if you can, they're really hard to find, but you can get them usually at comic book shops.
Yeah.
Read that too. It's like it opens the fucking door for shit like that.
Yeah.
No,
And
I believe I read the first issue of that manga because
okay, go.
I remember the Charizard slicing an Ekans, and it was
Okay,
like
bro. Oh,
blockbuster.
there you go. Yeah. So, bro, but yeah, you need to read that shit, bro. You need to
Yeah.
fucking read that shit. It's
It's
like
fucking great.
But don't spoil it. Don't spoil
I'm
it, because
looking it up
don't
right. I'm
spoil it.
looking it up
yeah,
right
shut
now.
up.
I'm
I'll
looking
shut
it
up.
up
I'll
right
shut up.
now.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up. I'll
I'm,
shut
look,
up.
I'm looking it up.
But it's like I didn't feel like the show, the monk. Like I felt like I was actually in that world, man. And that's like I don't want to play a game like Sword and Shield again. I don't. I don't see myself being able to sit down and play that. Like the last few remakes, that's why I haven't been able to finish them. I haven't even finished Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl because it's like, okay, I played this before. So it's like now that I've played a game like Legends Arceus, I don't see myself being able to sit down for 21 hours and beating a mainline game like that.
And those 21 hours are a fraction of the enjoyment that you can have
Ex-
in
and,
Legends
and, and,
Arceus. That
exactly.
21 hours is like 4 hours in Legends Arceus, because you're catching 10 times more, and you're fighting 10 times more, and you're exploring 10 times more. Like
Yeah, no,
You
and
know?
and for that from that point, it's like this, man. How many times? And this for everybody. When you're playing a mainline game, how many times do you mind seeing the same Pokemon over and over versus when you see it in this one? If you're fucking finding like 10 Zubats in a cave, you're getting
Yeah,
pissed,
yeah.
right?
Chris,
You're not getting pissed in a game
5
like
minutes in, I'm pissed. 5 minutes in, I'm pissed. In fact, a matter of fact, going into a cave is already making me pissed because I know I'm gonna run again 50 Zubats
Definitely.
in this random encounters. And in this game, I see a Zubat and I hate them so much, I just fucking keep running.
Uh,
And I can keep running if I wanted to,
fun
or
fact,
I can
fun
fight them.
fact.
Go ahead.
In Pokemon X and Y, I fought so many Subats that I actually found 3 shinies. That's a
Oh
fact.
Whoa.
hell.
Jesus
That and
Christ.
I got them, and I can screenshot it and show it in my page if you want. But you know,
Please.
something that actually what you guys are talking about, the best comparison about this game and going back to the old formula is that it's like going to a 5-star restaurant and get a nice meal, and go into a fast food and get a cheap burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't do that.
yeah, yeah. That
You
that's
don't do that.
I think that's the perfect
Yeah.
way to close up today's episode, right?
Uh,
If you it when if I mean you're eating a 5-star restaurant type steak or
Eating a
not
Wagyu
meat
versus.
meal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's Legends Arceus, and then you know the burger at the local fast food is fine, but it's not the same.
yep,
And so why would we go back to the local burger when we can enjoy the feast that is Pokemon Legends Arceus and the
Definitely.
improvements that they've made in the game and the 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 improvement that they've made in a series that for a lot of people like myself felt stagnant and felt old and outdated. And this
Yes.
game feels new and good and fresh and great. But anyways, to close up, y'all, yeah, plug yourselves in. Like where can people find y'all? What's up? Go ahead, Michael.
Uh, really, just Michael Seuss, MichaelSeuss. On Instagram, it's Seuss.alpha MC. And definitely, peep us here on Bars and Joysticks. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And thank you guys for coming on the stream. You guys are fucking amazing. As always, thank you guys. I would love to work with you guys again in the future. This was amazing.
thank you for inviting me. I mean, it's an honor, and Gio has been supporting me since I got like one viewer back in the day. So for me, this is a pleasure, guys. I really like to be here with you, and the next time, and I'm always available for you. Just say
That's
the date,
awesome.
and I mean,
Now,
Same here.
where can people find you? What do you do?
Yeah.
okay. Oh, I stream Pokemon games and Monster Hunter games. Basically, I've been playing Pokemon since it's my main niche. You can find me on Facebook Gaming as Samu Pokemon or Samu PKMN. It's the same thing. You're gonna find me anyways, and also in Instagram. So a miracle happened, and I'm relevant now. So please go there. Follow me in both platforms, and I do streaming always on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. But also I always start a little bit earlier. So when you get to 6 p.m., I'm there, and you can join in the action.
6 p.m. Puerto Rico time. So sometimes it's
Yeah,
5 p.m. in Florida. Just to make.
yeah. I forget
Yeah,
about it.
Agustino, what's up? Where can people find you? What's up?
Well, first of all, I'm grateful for having been invited here. This has been great. I love this everything. Uh, well, I was going to make a stream channel, but since I'm a law student, I don't have the time for that now. But you can find me on Facebook, Hector Augusto Garcia is my whole name, or on Twitter. My Twitter name is Augustino Starry Eyes, and my tag is either use Doctor. Let me put it on the chat.
It's a rough one. It's a rough one, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a mouthful.
follow Agustino. Follow
But
Agustino on
yeah, but
Twitter.
you can find me on Twitter. You can add me on Facebook. I'm a shit poster, and I post a variety of things. So yeah, I'm actually glad to be here again, and hope to see you next time.
No, I'm glad that you're here, and Simon, Michael, and I are here to support you whenever you're ready to stream. We're
Thank
here.
you, man.
Let me know. Let me know.
We're high people, and I'm sure people in the chat are also are high people for our stuff. I'm Jerry Giovanni. You can find me on and everything GYIRIII I 5 eyes. So don't worry about it. I'll put it. You'll see in the chat. But thank you for joining us tonight, y'all. And thank you for all y'all for being here. Have a good night. And if y'all enjoying Pokemon, let us know in the chat what you think about Pokemon and what we should talk about next time. So good night, everybody. I'm playing the outro in 3, 2, 1.